Hey, I got something I want to share with you using a chicken leg. If you're tired of just regular standard issue chicken legs on the grill, give this a try. What I'm doing is creating chicken lollipops. And I've got a few of them already knocked out here. You can see, I'll set them out here where you can kind of see where we're going. Now, doesn't that look like a much better presentation than a boring old chicken leg? And it's real simple what we're doing. The most difficult part of this process is just getting these tendons out that's along the bones. But what I do to turn them into this lollipop, you just take a knife, go right around the knuckle end of the leg, free up the skin, cut loose those tendons that are in there, all the way down to the bone. When you see that bone, you can start working it down. Then what you want to do is just kind of work the end of that meat up and over the knuckle, then grab your rag, just because it helps you grip it a little better. Just take it right off. And you're going to trash that piece. Now you've got it freed up. And what I like to do is just take the rag, hold the chicken down, and kind of pull all the meat down to one end. It's like you're trying to pull that bone out of it. And you got to watch it here because there's another little bone in here. It runs right along the main bone. And I'll just take that and kind of work my fingers down in there until I can get it loose. And then it'll snap right out. Now, just push the meat down. Take some scissors. Get rid of all this loose little tendons down on the end. But you're just doing this because A, you can't eat those tendons, and B, it helps on the presentation. And that's it right there. Chicken lollipops. Now that I have the chicken legs trimmed into the lollipops, I'm going to season them. I've got some of my general AP seasoning, all-purpose, that I'm going to give them a good coat each leg. Now I'm going to come back and hit them with the barbecue rub. Layer on that second flavor I'm looking for. This is what's going to really make them pop, make them good. Then for the cooking process, I'm going to fire up my Yoder to 300. And I've got this pan you'll see sitting over here beside me with a stick of butter in it. I don't want the butter to come up over the chicken legs, but I want it to provide some extra flavor and moisture in the bottom of the pan. So I'll set that pan on my grill when it comes up to temp and let it be melting. Then I'll take the legs out there and put them on. Now I've got one final step that I'm going to do to these for the prep. And this is strictly for appearance, but if you skip it, your bones are going to end up really, really dark and they're just not going to look good. Especially if you're doing this for a contest, you want to take the time to do this. And all I did was take a little strip of foil and I'm just going to cover up the ends of these bones just to protect them. And they're easy to unwrap when they're done, and we'll unwrap them right before we glaze, and that way the bone, it won't be black. It'll have a really good look to it. It's just for protection and appearance. So if you're not worried about how it looks, hey, skip it, but it doesn't take but a second. So I'm gonna get these wrapped up and go get the grill fired up. I'll show you how I'm gonna cook them as quick as it's up to temp. Okay, I got my cooker fired up. I'm setting at 300 degrees, and I'm just gonna I've had the butter on here melting in the pan that we talked about earlier. Now I'm just gonna take these chicken lollipops and just stand them up. And it's gonna take about 2 hours to get where I want them. We're looking for 175 in the leg, but we wanna glaze them as well. So if we catch them about 165, we're gonna bring them in, dip them in sauce, take the aluminum foil off the top, glaze it a little bit for looks, and then finish them up. But you just want to stand them here, keep a constant temp on your cooker, and get the lid closed and let it do its thing. So we're going to give it 2 hours and we'll come back and check on them. Okay, it's been 2 hours out here smoking. On the Yoder, I've had just some apple pellets on here. It's all I'm using today. And the chicken's looking really good, as you can see. Now I'm going to transfer it to a chicken rack and take it inside and glaze it and bring it out and just set the rack right on the cooker. But looking really good. Let's take them inside, glaze them, and get them back on for about 30 minutes and they're done. Okay, we're got the full off the lollipops here. I'm just going to show you the last one, and they come out pretty clean when you take the full off, but I just discard it. Now I have some Killer Hawk sauces, our sauce. I just warmed it up slightly in a small pot, and all I do is take them and just give them a good dunk. You want to cover it really good. There's no need to put any extra seasoning on them at this point because we've already got double layer. And I'll go ahead and give the bone a dunk too, just to give it some shine. We're gonna put these back on just for about 30 minutes. I temp these just so I know where they were, and they were right where I want them, 170 degrees internal. So, and you want the sauce a little warm, but not so hot you can't stick your fingers in it. Of course, I just have on these natural gloves, but you'll see that using that full really kept that bone from getting too dark. And if you're going to use these as a turn-in, you'd want them to look like this. Okay, I've got them all glazed here, all the chicken lollipops, and now I'm ready just to take this pan, and all I'm going to do is just lift the rack straight out of the pan, set it right on the grate on the Yoder. We're still at 300 degrees, and they just need about 30 minutes, just long enough to caramelize the sauce. I'm not trying to get any more degrees heat out of them. I just want to set the sauce really. So, all right, I'm back here at the Yoder, going straight. Picking them all up at one time. That's what's handy about these little racks, keeping them on these racks. Just center them back up, let them glaze for about 20-30 minutes is all they're going to need. You don't want it to start burning. You want to catch it to where that sauce just sets just perfectly. All right, it's been about 30 minutes of glazing. We're going to check them out, and that's exactly what I want to see. They look, the sauce is set, but it's not turning dark. If you keep it on the heat any longer, it's going to start burning on you. So anytime you're glazing something like this, especially if you're using a sweet sauce, ours is a sweet sauce, you want to watch the heat on it and don't let it stay on too long. Want to take a close look? That's them. That's chicken lollipops on the Yoder. All right, here we are. This is the finished lollipop chicken, and I'm telling you, man, it looks, it smells, and I know it's going to taste as good as it looks. So this is something that's unique that you can do with chicken drumsticks if you're tired of boring old chicken legs. But of course, you know I got to give it a try. So let me pick one of these. I'll take this one off the side, just so you know that. That's good stuff. Moisture, skin bit right through. Give this lollipop chicken a try. As always, if you like what I'm doing, subscribe to my newsletter. Excuse the sauce. Check us out on Facebook. Send us comments. We love the feedback. I gotta find a paper towel.